I just do feel like I need to apologize for Saturday's episode after an embarrassing 4-2 loss against the lower level team to get us out of the cup, but it could have been the kick in the butt that this team needed. Because we found ourselves going on a pretty sweet run. Welcome back, everyone, to episode number 10 of our Director of Football Challenge. As Jesús has taken the wheel of Rushall Olympic, we are just along for the ride, making the in-game decisions, but all of the signings, all of the contracts, all of the staff are left up to our Director of Football. In the last episode, we lost 4-2 in the cup. It was sad, but we bounced back and took a 1-0 victory on the road, and all 3 points. Joey Dawson picking up a goal in the 81st minute to secure victory in that one. And right after the game, Jesús got us another player, another winger. This is Levi Lumeka, 26 years old. He is English, no caps, no surprise in the Vanarama National League North, but great dribbling ability. Most of his physicals are okay. Can't really get in the air at 5'7", but we've got plenty of guys who can do that. So along with Kobe Mato, looks like we've got ourselves some wingers for the future. Of course, Mato is only here on loan. After a 1-0 victory, what could go better than a 3-1 victory? Dunlop picking up a goal in the 27th minute of this match to score yet again. Lumeka got the start here. Mato featured as he took a back post corner and made it 2-0 Rushall. They would get one back, however, in the early going of the second half off of a corner, but then Dunlop, free kick, the ball pops to Haiwula. He's able to head it over the outstretched arm of Graysick. Telford was down to 10 men for most of that match. In fact, all of that scoring occurred with them down a man. We wanted to make it 3, but fell a little short against Bishop Stortford on the road. We absolutely shelled them, dominated in possession, but all we could manage was a 52nd minute goal from Kobe Mato to equalize. Mato would score again as we hosted Chorley at Dales Lane. What a pass through by Griffith. Mato getting through. 1-0 your final. And then the goals would come on the road against newly promoted Leamington. We're in the blue. Haiwula sneaking in behind, taking the pass from Dunlop to give us a 1-0 lead just about a third of the way through the contest. Then on a long ball, Dawson getting behind the defense. Great dribbling, moving it to his right to beat Hawkins to make it 2-0 Rushall. It would be 3 in the 53rd minute. Another ball over the top. Dawson gets under that one. Another fantastic first touch, tucking it inside that far post. We were running away with this one as it became for Mato. Gathering the poor clearance, putting it in from just outside of the box, off of the post and in. But we would let Leamington back into it in the final 15 minutes or so. D'Souza throwing it in the middle. Bad attempt to catch the ball by Beanie, and it ended up going in off the foot of Adeliumi. And then it would be 2 just 2 minutes later as Stewart, his shot taking a deflection, getting past Beanie. But you know what? I'll give up 2 goals anytime I score 4. I love the clean sheets, but it saves me money. Sadly, our unbeaten streak would end at 5 as we hosted Chester, and a goal by Kobe Mato would be all that we could muster. And by then, my friends, it was too late. But it wouldn't take us long to right the ship. Jody Haiwula putting it in from the penalty spot. 31 minutes in. That would be all we would need on the road at Southport. Haiwula would factor in again. Ball across. Bodenham can't catch up to it. Dawson does. Puts it past Ridd to make it 2-0. And there I go, paying clean sheet bonuses. And that great run of form has put some distance between us and the relegation zone. 14 points clear in the safe zone. In fact, we are so clear we are in the playoffs. Now, it looks like there's going to be no catching Chester. They're 14-1-1 through their first 16. We are 8-4-4, but I am liking our chances this year to have a better season than we did last year. Hopefully, I did not just jinx it. So remember how I said we might come back for Kings Lynn, or we might come back for Hartlepool? Well, that decision was taken out of our hands because the match against Kings Lynn was pushed back Not sure why, but it was. So we're taking on Hartlepool, and then we've got a matchup against Darlington as our second live commentary of the afternoon. Levi Lemecca has passed the fitness test, so he is going to come in and replace Sam McClintock in the lineup. It's going to be Beanie in goal. He's over to get 8 clean sheets so far this season. He has definitely been a massive upgrade in goal over Teddy Maris and Jake Weaver. Jake Weaver, though, is going to be on the bench because, remember, I have no confidence in Teddy Maris. It's going to be Armstrong, Adueni, Hutchings, and Dunlop on the back line. Lumeka and Moto are the wings, with Haygarth and Griffith in the midfield in support of Haiwula and Dawson. We have been on quite the good run. It would be a shame to lose it now. Hartlepool, however, while they did win their last match, they lost the 4 previous, so hopefully we are going to come out on top and we can build on that momentum that we've seen over the last 4 or 5 weeks here in game. And Hartlepool coming down from the Vanarama National League last year, and Kobe Moto getting injured very early on in this match. Thank goodness we have Sam McClintock. He's just going to come in. See, Sam knew that he wasn't going to be sitting on the bench for too long. Hopefully that injury to Moto is not a very long one. He has been very good for us so far this year. But we will see what we can do without him as Haygarth looks to get things started. We have played under 17 minutes. Bad clearance. Haiwula over for Haygarth, charging forward. Oh, he splits the seam. Haiwula is there, takes the shot, puts it past Dixon for his 7th of the year to give Rushall a 1-0 lead. Do so love it when a plan comes together. Free kick going the other way this time. Oh, Gray, wide open. How did they let him free? However, it's been disallowed. The flag went up. Once it zoomed out that way, because there is no VAR in the Vanarama National League North, so if it's going to zoom out that way, then you know that it is going to get called back. And we got very lucky that Gray was deemed to be offside because he just kind of snuck free on that left side off of the set piece. Dixon looking to send it long. 35th minute now as Elva 14 settles it down. The rain is coming down here in Harrogate. Playing it back to his teammate Johnson. Moene back for Johnson. Little game of catch here along the near side. To the midfield stripe, Dodds will play it across for Parks. He's got space. Up ahead, Gray's got it. Oh, he gets past his man. Gray is in, and Beanie gets an arm on it, putting it behind for a corner. What a fantastic save by our goalkeeper. I think he's only 29 years old. He just looks like he's 49. And we've got a 1-0 lead here late in the first half. Throw in Lemecca playing it back. Sent across. There's Sammy McClintock with his 2nd of the year. A back post header to double our lead, making it 2-0. I gotta say, the opposition has some tricky names. Trying to read them on the fly is not the easiest thing to do, but we are carrying that momentum. Just that 3-1 loss to Chester, the only blemish since the last episode. But Hartlepool challenging off of a corner. Elvis Fontaine, his attempt for the cross is cleared. Wallace, though, looking to recycle, played back. Mawene Johnson along that left side. Mawene looking to switch it over. Dawson steps in front of that. Lumeka is just going to clear that one all the way down, and Dodds will retrieve for Harrogate. Trailing in this one 2-0 so far with less than 30 minutes left to play. Johnson to Mancini, kind of wide open in that midfield. Desir Uvwe, I don't even know. Taking away Haygarth. Up for Haiwula, loses control. Mancini, ball played forward. Gray gets in behind the defense, able to put it past a diving Beanie. Nice move by Hartlepool. It is now 2-1, and there goes the clean sheet. Bid for his 9th of the year for Beanie is going to have to come another time. I really do feel like this is not my best play-by-play, so I'm sorry about that. Dunlop getting it back off of the corner from Griffiths, looking back post for Haiwula, not going to find him, and Hartlepool are going to look to go the other way. Elva Fontaine up to Cooper, quickly forward to Gray. We are working to get our defense back into the back post, and it's going to be over the outstretched arm of Beanie, and that will go out. And I think changes need to be made. Joey Dawson on the yellow, not having the greatest of matches. We're going to move Max Haygarth up there, and we will bring in... He's anxious, but we need to get some minutes in the legs of George Dowling. He just has not seen nearly as much action as I probably would have liked to have, based on my plan for the beginning of the year as Armstrong looks to throw it in. Just 15 minutes remaining in this match. Dowling seeing his first action of the game, playing it in. Lumeka with a wide open opportunity, and he puts it right into the waiting hands of the goalkeeper, Dixon, who will look to boot it long. Aduene, his header. Not won by us, but eventually we are able to regain control in our own third. Dunlop up the near side, plays it to McClintock, has a man on, so we'll drop it back. Dunlop into space. McClintock moving it to his left. Swept away by Lowe, but right in the path of Griffiths. Highwoola's got it. Two men on him. He gets past one, plays it into the middle. Charging forward is Max Haygarth. He's got his third of the year. Past Dixon to restore the 2-goal lead. Oh, but a kickoff highlight. I do so love a kickoff highlight after we score a goal. Can we regain possession, please, and not make it 3-2? I really don't have the stomach for a barn burner game right now. Diaz Servoy loses it to Armstrong, knocked away, no call. Elva Fontaine, Mawene, Elva Fontaine into the box, don't foul him, over to Lowe, leaves it left side for McCann, carrying it deep. McCann stepping in, he can't beat Beanie though. Jaden Charles we're going to bring in for Lumeka as Mawene, his shot blocked, a second attempt, and Beanie able to handle that one. Most of the match momentum has been going the way of Hartlepool, but where it counts on the scoreboard, I know I say this a lot, it's 3-1, and I'll take it. Dowling quickly ahead. Lumeka, the change has not yet been made. Losing control, ball thrown forward, chasing after it is Elva Fontaine. He's got it on the right wing into the middle, and that's going to be an errant header and a goal kick for Rushall Olympic. There we go. Jaden Charles is now in the match. We have made all three of our changes. McClintock coming in and doing yeoman's work as a sub, picking up a goal. We'll see how Jaden Charles does. And George Dowling he's been out on the pitch. He has done work, but hasn't really stepped out. Jaden Charles, though, great steal. Highwoola. Dowling, can we get him an assist? Dowling, he's got guys making runs ahead before he loses it to Elva Fontaine. And Hartlepool looking to counter. Dunlop, though, will win it back along the near side as they try to pass it into space. Griffiths has some room as he moves it to his left. Dowling, touch over to his right, and oh, so close. End of the day, excellent 3-1 win. Wish we hadn't given up the goal to Joe Gray. Would have loved to have seen the clean sheet for my man Mitchell Beanie, but you know what? 3 points is 3 points. You know, I thought it was bad enough seeing that we picked up 3 points and still dropped into 7th place. Not quite sure what happened there, but just found out we're going to lose Kobe Moto for 4 to 7 weeks with a twisted ankle. Only a couple of days separating that win from our match against Darlington, and I thought we had a week off before our next league match, but, well, they just had to cram in an FA Trophy match in the interim. As we have drawn Banbury United, we are going to be on the road. They're currently sitting 3rd place in the Vanarama National League North. However, I care not one whit about that match. I am focusing on the Quakers from Darlington. Fun fact, Quakers was my high school mascot. 3 changes in the lineup. McClintock is going to be in place of the injured Kobe Moto. Haygarth is going to slide up in place of Joey Dawson as our poacher, which means Callum Rowe is coming in to take Haygarth's spot in the midfield. On paper, even though Darlington's in 11th, they should be another relatively easy win. They did win their last match, much like our previous opponent, but they lost 2 and drew 2 in their last 5. Meanwhile, we just have the 1 loss, which we have talked about ad nauseum. It was the loss to Chester, 3-1. So, guys, I'd love to know, how do you think that Jesus has done so far. I mean, obviously we are sitting in a playoff spot. We're looking pretty good. Callum Rowe slotting one home past Cameron, his first goal of the season, tucking it along the grass to take a 1-0 lead. I mean, he really has built this team back up from scratch, bringing in Mitchell Beanie, John Dunlop, Lewis Hutchins, Finley Armstrong, Jack Griffiths, all on loan, Kobe Moto in on loan, Levi Lumeka brought in on a permanent deal. I totally forgot about that he wasn't even a loanee. So a lot of work being done by Jesús. And I was a little worried at the beginning of the season when we started out with a very, very threadbare squad. And I thought that it may not be our year because of the very weak start that we got off to. But since then, we have had a ton of success, although Lumeka turning one over in the midfield has to get a little tidier with those passes in open space. But Callum Rowe picking up his first goal of the match. That so far is the difference. Darlington looking to throw it forward. Armstrong tracks it down, up looking for Haiwula. Lees mistimes his jump. Haiwula's in. Haiwula shoots and he scores. He got a little bit of a screen, it looked like, from Lawless, and it's 2-0 Rushall. Yeah, poor defender just trying to slide in the way, and it ends up helping his goalkeeper not see that go in. Header back post off of the corner, just a little bit too strong. But Rushall, that's what we could say about us. We are just a little bit too strong for Darlington on this night, and we are dominating play. Possession nearly 2-1. We've got 7 shots on goal to their 4 on target to their measly little 1, and where it's most important, a 2-0 lead on the scoreboard, although they're going to try to chisel into that off of this throw-in. Keane in back post, but at the edge of the 6-yard box, Beanie will just haul that in. Now, don't make a mistake. He has been a little careless on his distribution so far this year. So far, so good. Rolling out of Junie, getting it forward. Lumeka now in possession before he drops it for Armstrong. Played over the top. It's got Callum Rowe. Can Callum Rowe get the second of the match? He absolutely can. Finley Armstrong with the assist. Second of the game, second of the year for Callum Rowe to give us the 3-0 lead and bust this match wide open. What a run and what a beautiful view of the game that Finley Armstrong has to be able to see Rowe throw it forward like that and capitalize, pick up the assist. We are having quite the nice match here and quite the nice episode, I should say, as we find ourselves in a very, very good position to pick up 6 points out of a possible 6. Let's get Charlie Fisher in place of Dunlop, although we're going to move Lewis Hutchings out. None of them are natural right backs. But Fisher, we promised to play as a center back. We weren't doing it. We got yelled at. Haygarth's not having the greatest match. Let's bring Joey Dawson in. And I think that's all I'm going to do because I don't like the complacent. Oh, you know what? Let's get George Dowling some minutes. Bring out Jack Griffith. They're both complacent. It's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of another. We got a 3-0 lead. We've got 20 minutes and a little bit left to play. I think we are going to be all right. Curry to Maine. He gets a screen from one of our defenders, but he couldn't hit the target. Beanie dove and could not make contact, but in the end, he did not need to. 3 goals on the night just makes me so very happy. McClintock, nice turn with space, finds Lumeka wide open. Levi Lumeka, picked up on the 17th of September, finds himself getting his first goal here in the month of November. And Rushall Olympic now enjoying a 4-0 lead, and there really is nothing Darlington can do. They had an opportunity with Keane there. Center back's named Keane. They just gets my heart palpitating. Not my favorite. I literally was sitting there at Soldier Field watching Everton play against West Ham, and I was just telling my aunt and uncle about how much I loved Everton, except Michael Keane. Michael Keane can go to hell. Everybody else, they're all my favorite footballers. Michael Keane, they can send him somewhere else. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Darlington looking to get a very late consolation goal, and Hutchings to deny him. Oh, McClintock. What? Oh, you've got to be joking me. He got all ball, and they called a penalty. So there goes your clean sheet bonus, guys. Not my fault. Blame the referee. Curry, even though Beanie guessed right, he puts it past him. His 8th of the year, it's 4-1. We may have been denied back-to-back clean sheets, but you cannot deny that Rushall Olympic is having a far better year this season than we did last. 18 matches in, we've got a game in hand over most of the teams around us. We sit on 34 points, 10 victories, 4 losses, and 4 draws. That goal difference is creeping up as well. Still don't think we're going to catch Chester. We're already 13 points adrift of them. Scarborough Athletic looks to have second place right now on lock, but can we catch Banbury and AFC Telford? I think so. And we've got Banbury coming up next in the second round of the FA Trophy. We're going to ignore that, but we are going to come back for when we play Banbury for real on the road just between Christmas and New Year's. It's going to be a little tough because we're playing 2 days after Boxing Day, but we got Banbury and Gloucester in our next episode, and I hope to see you then. Jesús has done a bang-up job this season. I am very happy, and I'm hoping that we can continue this winning run. We can continue to move up the table, and we can secure a playoff spot and a chance to move up to the Vanarama National League next year. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more of our Director of Football Challenge. In fact, we've got another episode coming up tomorrow because I am a glutton for punishment and everything got pushed back. You saw the post, I know. So I apologize that this episode was a day late. We're going to get back on track tomorrow as we finish off 2024. Hope to see you next time. Until then, my friends, bye-bye.